Hello everyone and welcome back to Tiresome. Today we're back working on the E46 and we've got a bit of a ball joint issue that we're going to be taking care of. Right then everyone, we're going to be doing this as another sort of how-to. But make sure you do get a reputable source before following this video. First of all, jack your car up and take your wheel off. Perfect. As mentioned in the previous video, Phil's helping, but definitely not doing anything, are you, Phil?
That was the plan.
That was the plan, but you're already in there, like Roddy Swimwear. Right then everyone, third step after you got the wheel off, which I did amazingly, is to drop this under tray, because we have to get to this rear mount here, and as you can see there's a bolt just at the back there, and that bolt you can't really get good access to until you get that tray off. Another thing that, well, another reason why we're doing that is because you've had a bit of an oil leak. It's a 20-year-old BMW. I mean, I know it's not a common problem, but we're going to clear that off because the video that we are not filming at the same time as this one, we need to clean it off. Oh, hi. Do you ever, because, you know, you've been under a car a few times, do you ever get, like, the feeling the car's definitely going to fall on you, though?
You just become immune.
What, immune to it falling on you?
I remember, yeah, as an apprentice, the first time I went under a car lift, I was absolutely terrified.
I fucking hate it. I forgot again. Bolt. And that, a lovely tray. Farted. Don't worry, I got a bit of blue oil. Clean.
Drop on.
Good. Good. We have the new arms to go on, and as you can see, you've got a bolt at the front, a bolt in the middle, and then this goes into that rear mount there. But the issue is this bolt here, you can really only get to from the top of the engine bay. You can do it underneath, Phil says, but ratchet spanner and you're there for 3 days doing it. So we're gonna be removing a couple of bits to do with the airbox in order to get access to the bolt from the top, so we can just get an impact wrench on it and zap it out rather than, you know, doing it for too long. These pull out very easily. I've done that before many times. I will do this. Sometimes I break into other people's BMWs just to do this job all the time. Fucking hell. Yeah, that's that. See, I knew it was that because I've done it before. I'm glad actually, Phil, you told me that these pull out, because I would have definitely just cut them. Good. Put them there so they fall into the engine bay. That's lovely and loose. Is that so? Through the kidneys.
What's that?
The air intake through the kidneys. Yeah. Fresh, you know, cold air, smaller air molecules, maximum combustion. You know, right. Jubilees on the back. I should imagine the shot of this is not going to be the best thing ever, but there are definitely 2 Jubilee clips on the back. I think a ratchet for this, Phil, would have been better, you know?
You're the boss, mate.
Am I though? I've never removed one of these clips. Did I instantly break it? You push it down?
Push it down.
Okay, good.
Much simpler.
You would have thought working in IT with many different clips, I would not just pull on it the first thing, but there you go. Good. Oh, I see, it's got...
You go from there, look at this bit.
Yeah, thank you, did it. Right, just making sure it spins the right way. There's a rocker switch though, right?
Yeah.
That's very quick.
Yes.
What's the RPMs on this bad boy?
Absolutely no idea. Many.
Many? It's at least 10. Snap-on Tool sponsored Tiresome. They fucking didn't. And I can guarantee they never will. Right, so that's the sensor. So this pulls out?
Yeah. So roll it up from the back and up.
Oh, we've still got a pipe connected. It's a wiring? No, it's not.
So it'd just be clipped in. See that clip there? Just
that's what I was going for.
Pull it off upwards.
Upwards? Yeah, because that's what I was going to do instinctively. Upwards. Yeah, yeah. God, I've done that so many times. And then, yeah, this, you just, it's easy.
Finesse. I like it.
I thought it was rattling, but no, it's not. Good. Airbox.
Done.
Out. Leave it off, I think. Oh, have you set me up here?
You've backed the spanner up, haven't you?
You've set me up there, haven't you?
It doesn't matter. Keep backing it because we can see the ball.
I'm not even on it anymore. Oh, okay. It's become one. There's nothing we can do. There we go. Yay! We are using... What ball point cracker is this?
Ball joint splitter.
Splitter. Phil tells me you definitely shouldn't be doing this if you want to keep the ball joints intact, because what this is going to do is go on the ball joint like that, and as you can see on the ball joint there's a rubber gaiter. So this not only is going to crack the ball joint, but also going to break the rubber seal. So yeah, make sure you don't do this if you want to keep it. Also, don't bang your hammer off your gold paint.
Push down the back of that arm. Is it free or is it still solid? On the side. Yeah, there you go. All right.
Prang. Right. Once the ball joint's cracked, there are 2 more bolts, 4 more bolts. No, 3 more, right?
3 more.
We've got 2 under here on that rear what's it, which we're going to do now. Do these by hand instead of using the rattle gun, because they can be snappy bang time. Make sure you've got the strength of 1,000 oxes though. So that's the 2 out of the rear seal. And now it's time for that pesky one at the top that we were mentioning earlier. Don't make love to me, will you? Moving on to the top, Phil has set up this wonderful bit for, we removed the airbox earlier. You can see this extension here, which goes into an extension, which goes into a UJ into a deep socket. And that is on the top of the arm. And that means that we should be able to waz this, and we've got to make sure that it flings off the extension bars in every direction. Right, that's all the bolts out now, so we can get hammering again on the second ball joint. Yeah, perfect. So should that fall out now, Phil?
Yeah, it's just an angles game. You might have to move the strut to the left to pull that up. Oh, he's not broken, is he?
Oh, well, I mean, it's not coming out. I guess I just
keep attacking it, mate.
Just keep going for it. You know what Colin McRae used to say, don't you, Phil? If in doubt,
give it a clout.
Hit it. I was just gonna go hit it harder. Oh, I had a good one. They were starting the car. They'd just fixed the car and they were gonna crank it over to see if it would fire. And the guy under the engine bay said, "Yeah, crank her, you wanker." How do they do it in the movies? Phil's having a go now because I ran out of power. As well. You know what? I saw as well, the look in his eyes, he put so much effort into that. It was like, right, this has to go instantly or else Mike's going to look at. Thank you, Phil.
That's the difference in pro and amateur, isn't it?
Right, we have the arm off with both ball joints, and we've got our new bit set up as well. Very important when you're at this stage to map out and make sure you copy the template, because these will be reversed for the other side. You want to make sure you don't put this on the wrong side. You see what I mean? Just make sure you put your parts together correctly first. Also, you can see the damage that ball joint splitter does. So yes, we'll repeat, do not use that if you want the ball joints alive. You have to use the antibacterial fairy. I'm sure we're all familiar with this process. A bit around there, you know, get it done.
Yeah, don't be shy with it.
Don't be shy. I mean, you know, cost of living and everything like that. Be shy with it, but there we go. And then this will just slide on, Phil, yeah? I think I was too shy with it. Yeah. Good. That's on perfectly. Fucking hell. It's not even a little bit on. You're doing a wiggle though as well. You've got a technique going on. So that's in, is it?
Yeah.
Right, done that now, I did that. Make sure it's flush with the top of the, you know, flush across there. Brilliant. Good stuff, Phil. I'm glad I did that without help.
Just edit it. You can edit that.
I know. Now that we have the new arm all set up with the bush on that I did myself, we can now go for reinstallation. I'm going to seat this ball joint here up through. Phil's then going to just not finger tight, just get a few threads on the ball joint from the top so that it's then hanging, it's in situ, and we can deal with that one later. Whilst that's in that situation, I'm going to be locating the rear one on the dowels on the back, and of course this one here. Something to note is that because these are brand new, they are quite stiff, but you can move them into place to help you, and they won't just flop either side, which is quite nice. So let's see how we go with that then.
I've got it in the hole.
Okay everyone, so you can see that currently we've got the front, the sort of engine mount one in there. Phil's dropped something onto the tray, and the rear one is finger tight and all in situ. The front one here is still off. Sorry for the camera work. You see Phil trying to locate the UJ and impact wrench sort of socket on the one down the bottom there. Will make it a lot easier in the long run. Good stuff. And of course, I'm sure it goes without saying, but it's relatively the same on the other side. However, the difference is, whereas we had the airbox and such to deal with the top one here, this one we don't have the airbox, but we do have an engine. So it makes it probably harder, yeah, definitely not going to get a shot of that, but you get the idea. That is the front knuckle as well. That's all done, back together, ball joint, job done. And that is actually the one that was dodgy on the MOT. So if we were to lower the car now, it would drive pretty good, to be fair. But what we're going to do first is put the airbox and shit back in. Not going to film that because it's the reverse of what you already saw. But yeah, that's going to go back in there. Whilst I'm doing this though, Phil is going to investigate this side and the sort of bolt on this side. See if we can give you any tips on that before we go. Oh, that's the other old one off, and Phil is now has lubed that one up, ready to go. You proud of yourself, Phil?
So proud.
Oh yeah? Can you do your proud face for me? Look at that, lovely. Meanwhile, what he's actually been doing whilst I've been refitting the airbox is the kind of bit that I wanted to show you guys, or at least in the past tense show you, is what he's been doing under here. Now, oh god, I hope I can actually show you some of what's been going on down here. That screw hole there is the engine mount that Phil is now just cleaning up. So that's the engine mount which goes into that hole. But as well as taking the engine mount off, so that's out of the way to get to this bolt, Phil actually took off the steering linkage, and that is, along with where the engine mount goes there, is took those two off, and that's given him enough room to then get that ball joint off. And I said to him, I said, is that really like easier than getting into that tight space with a ratchet spanner? And what did you say, Phil?
I just like an easy life.
Yeah.
I'd rather take more off and it be easy than struggle.
Yeah, and the analogy was, I'd rather go the long way round than sit in traffic.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, so godly. So yeah, now he's definitely got to put that back in. I'm not going to help, and it's going to be great. Yay! I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough, everyone, and actually find something useful from it. But probably not. But it's been fun, and now the car will definitely pass its MOT next year, more than likely, and it will drive without knocking on the front anymore. Yay! And there we have it, everyone. Just as Phil lowers the last wheel down there, it's all done. It's all done. The control arms are all brilliant and everything like that, and we did both sides. Phil pretty much did the other side while I put the battery back in the car. All right, everyone, bye!